Outdoor Pro Shop, LLC. Outdoor Pro Shop is a family-owned and operated firearms dealer and sporting goods retailer. They have pay over time options, a rewards program, and customer service satisfaction that is unmatched. They might not be the biggest, but they strive to be the best. Contact them today at 240-360-1298 or visit them on the web at www.outdoor-pro-shop.com. That's Outdoor Pro Shop, 240-360-1298.
Folks, welcome to another episode of On the Limb Podcast with Nature's Voice Game Calls, where deer camp becomes a reality for every listener. Join us as we talk God, family, country, and everything outdoors. Kick back, relax, and have a listen. Now, here's your host and co-host, Mike and Dan.
Well, folks, we're back podcasting live here at the Appalachian Bowhunters Challenge at Winterplace Ski Resort in Ghent, West Virginia. So this is day 2, the final day, and the day is finally coming to an end. They finally tallied all the scoring and all that stuff, and Jason has just announced everybody that won, and everybody that pretty much competed got a prize or some kind of a raffle.
Yeah, man, that was part of the goal, to send everybody home happy.
Yeah,
with prizes. And when you got $10,000 worth of stuff, you can spread it out pretty good.
Man, I tell you, you guys have organized and created a great show.
Thank you, man. That means a lot to me. It seems like it was well received. You know,
yeah.
We had I got to tell you, the thing I'm most proud of is that I had competitors that puked, and everybody was still smiling.
Yeah.
So there are multiple piles of puke out there on the course
Yeah.
right now. So if you're coming to Winterplace in the near future, just
watch your steps. I'm used to not being here seeing grass. I'm used to seing snow.
Yeah, well, I'm sure all the puke will be gone by the time they're ready for business. But,
you'll be fine.
When somebody pukes and then gives you a thumbs up,
yeah,
you've done your job as a race director.
Oh, for sure, yeah. So this day was packed full of fitness, grit, archery, hunting, 3D aspects, you know, camaraderie, deer camp, bringing the hunting community together. So tell us a little bit about that along with this event.
You touched on the core of what we're trying to do, man, that the deer camp experience that's kind of disappearing from our society right now.
Yep.
Yeah, it's an opportunity for us to bring people together and create brotherhood through a little bit of suffering.
Yeah.
You know, there's a huge portion of the population these days for whom any bit of like voluntary discomfort is just unacceptable whatsoever.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to create an event that's where there's some hardship and some discomfort, but you get a reward from it. And anytime you suffer with somebody, you build a bond with that person.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
And that's what we've done. I honestly think that we've created, like, without exaggerating, I think we created some lifelong friendships.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And guys that didn't know each other 72 hours ago are buddies now.
Yeah. And this was their first event. Some of these guys.
Yeah, man. Some of these first timers killed it.
Yeah.
You see old
They
Chase
sure
out there?
Yeah.
That was incredible.
It was pretty exciting watching the head-to-head. So today we had the head-to-head and the 3D archery shoot. So you had the endurance of archery and the challenge and the mountain terrain, and had that strong community like we're talking about now. But I mean, man, it was just like, it was action packed today. Yeah, you added 50 more pounds onto it.
Yeah, heck with them, man. They think they're tough until they're dragging that 125 pounds around, don't they?
Yeah,
gritting that. Hence the puke,
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, today was it was great. This was exactly what I wanted. And for that head to head portion that you're talking about being exciting, I was trying to describe that to people. And even when I was talking to you about it, I was trying to describe it, but until you see it live, you don't really realize how exciting it is. And that was our struggle this year, man. Is trying to describe this event to people. And, you talk for 30 seconds, then you see their eyes glaze over. So, and we fought that this year, but thankfully there was 46 people, 45 dudes and one lady that, trusted our vision and came out and participated.
Yeah.
And hopefully some more women will come out next year because, Elisa, she killed it.
She did.
She competed with a smile, and hopefully she can show, other ladies that, hey, women can definitely achieve this, especially Appalachian women.
Yeah,
Appalachian women are just as tough as they come.
They are. Yeah, that's for sure. So the big picture recap for today, what was it?
Oh, the big picture recap for me personally, I'm glad it's over. Because, God, I have just been sweating and worrying. And
I know I took a break there at the end. I was like, Jason has a migraine, so the scores haven't been tallied yet.
Yeah, I was laying in the
he's
meat locker in there for
he's
about
he's
20
taking a little
minutes.
rest. I said we'll come back once the scores are tallied and we'll finish this thing up.
Have you ever had Goody's headache powder?
No, I haven't.
Well,
but
I think that's more of like even more farther south than here. That's the thing.
That's
my cousin Jared had a whole pack of them. He's like, here, this is 200 milligrams of caffeine. Put that in your Mountain Dew. So I might not sleep till Wednesday, but right now I feel awesome.
I've always heard good things about it and how it takes
really
care of a headache.
Man, yeah, I don't know what's in it, but I don't know how I'll feel tomorrow. Right now,
that's an oldie thing. You know, people always talked about the Goodies powder.
Goodies powder.
Yeah,
we
just popped an ad out there for you. Gave you a little plug there.
Goodies powder and Boosh latte.
Boosh latte. So, any challenges behind the scenes that shooters might not see that you seen?
I think that I did. Well, I and my team of volunteers, we did enough work and enough fretting and worrying early on that once we got started, it rolled right along.
Yeah,
it rolled right along. There was some like boring technical stuff that you guys don't want to hear about that. You know, we conquered it as it came up, and I think the event proceeded without a hitch.
Yeah, and
one proof of that is that we finished about 2.5 hours ahead of schedule.
Yeah,
that to me just shows how efficient my volunteers were.
You
know, you saw, the guys that were pulling arrows, the guys that were setting the targets, the guys that were timing, those dudes, they didn't stop, man. It was like 8 solid hours of getting after it. And all I did was just keep giving them water and sandwiches.
And kudos to the competitors too, man. Because they jumped in and helped right out.
Dude, I am absolutely just speechless about how this event looks right now.
Yeah.
I know the camera's looking at us, but if you were to turn that camera around, you're looking at Winterplace again.
Yeah.
All that stuff that me and Jared, and it took us 3 days to do all this.
Oh yeah.
Our competitors, unprompted, jumped in and cleaned up the entire course. And I'm not, we're not talking about 3 or 4 signs. We had targets spread over probably 15 acres, man.
And that's what you get when you build those relationships.
Exactly. Yeah.
You get those things that you don't even have to ask for.
Yeah.
It just happens because it's part of a community.
We are part of a community, man. Yeah. Definitely. I had some local bow shops told me that I was messing up by creating an event this hard and only inviting only having 50 people participate. Guys told me, well, heck, I could bring you 500 guys for a 3D shoot. I am not interested in that whatsoever. I mean, I love 3D shoots, but there's one every weekend somewhere, and when you come to a 3D shoot, you're going to walk the course with your 2 buddies that came with you.
Yeah.
You're going to hand in your scorecard and maybe you might win something, you might not, you're going to go home. I specifically randomized the 3D groupings. I had a bunch of dudes ask me, hey, can I change my 3D group to shoot with my buddy? No.
Yeah.
Go make new friends. That's what this is about.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah. And with a 3D shoot, you don't get dudes puking at the finish line, this is what I wanted. I wanted something to create this brothership, this community, exactly the stuff that you just described 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Hunting camp, community, brotherhood.
Yeah.
That's why we do
That's
this.
awesome.
That's why we do this, man.
Yep. Yeah. So the overall turnout atmosphere.
I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're fine.
Guys competitors are walking by right now carrying garbage. There goes Chase. He made it all the way to the finals.
Yep.
His first event ever. And look at him. He's carrying
trash
40 pounds of garbage. Here comes some more. Right there's our overall champion carrying garbage. There goes a volunteer carrying garbage. Yep. Look at his medal. He's biting his medal.
On his medal. Yeah. Hameed, he done great.
Yeah. And I love all these people, man. Everybody here.
So,
awesome.
Overall turnout, atmosphere, and the feedback from the participants, what are you hearing?
It has been incredibly positive, and that's kind of odd for the end of an event like this because I've done these things for years and years, and at the end of it, I'm usually aggravated and beat and hurting and ready to go home. Everybody here has been. I'm not exaggerating when I say I've not heard a negative comment.
I haven't either. No, I have not.
And I've asked everybody that participated to give it a week.
Yeah.
Think about it. Please, if you've got suggestions to make it better, let me know.
Yeah. Definitely want the feedback, positive or negative.
Yeah, it seems pretty positive.
Constructive criticism is great because you can build from that.
That's what I want.
Yeah. And you guys have got a very good foundation to build on for sure.
Oh, yeah. I think we've got some a lot of these guys are previous competitors, but we brought in some new blood, man. And I think the new guys enjoyed it more than anybody.
Yep. So talk a little bit about event management, course design, goals, physical test, fun, safe.
Yeah.
How'd y'all go through that? I mean, we took a course tour today with Jared, and we kind of seen how the route was, and you all mapped all this stuff out. And, you know, there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that went on.
Hours and hours. And we've been thinking about this for over a year. We've spent multiple trips down here. None of this just happened. You know, Jared and I have been coming down here for a while. I live in Morgantown. You know, Jared lives local, but it's a 3.5, 4 hour, drive for me. You know, I made multiple trips down here last year, this year. I'm walking the property, and God bless Winterplace.
Yeah.
God bless Winterplace.
We were talking about them on our ride, man. He said that they've been great to work with. They advertised for you all well. You know, it seemed like the collaboration just fit.
And not only was it like that professional advertising and stuff, but just the personal touch that, you know, Zach and Josh brought to this. Those guys don't really know me, but after talking to me, they kind of, you know, got a feeling for what our vision was, and they told us to do whatever we want. You know, and we're going to, you know, one of the things that I emphasize with our competitors is that Winterplace is treating us so well. Let's treat this place with respect. And if, again, if you turn around and look, honestly, it's cleaner now than when we got here.
That's one thing I was going to mention. You know, you told them all that in the beginning. Hey, Winterplace has been nice enough to let us use this property. Let's make it nicer than what it was when we came.
Exactly. And Zach said something to me along those lines. It's like, after hanging out with all your people, I'm good. I know you guys are going to do a good job. If we were having a concert up here, I would be kind of nervous and kind of worried. But Josh and Zach have been, I just can't say enough good things about those guys. Hopefully they'll have us back.
So what about the brand? How do you feel that the brand's going to grow with the help from Hameed's artwork and, you know, the word of mouth and et cetera, you know, the stuff that's been done here, all the content creation that went on this weekend? It's a pretty good start to the brand building.
That is the first time anyone has ever said the brand, referring to this. And I don't know how I feel about that. That implies like a future and a vision. And man, I need a break.
I know. After this first one, but the way that I see your mind rolling is a little bit after this, you're going to be starting on it for next year.
Well, I already got some ideas. The facility here is so incredible and so versatile. You know, what we did this weekend, if I had to rate it on a difficulty scale, this was a 3.5. You know, we brought a bunch of people in. We showed them a little taste of it. Oh, it can be so much worse. We can make it so hard.
We were talking on our tour on some of the ideas.
So like the event that I just did a week or two back, it was out in Wisconsin, the Beast Mode in there. Shout out to Beast Mode. You know, I didn't really invent any of this stuff, but I've taken the positives from all the different, you know, events that I've done. Beast Mode, alpha bow hunting, Keystone elk country events. I just did Beast Mode. I did 20 miles in 8 hours, carrying, you know, 35 pounds with 6,000 feet elevation. Wow. These guys did 2 miles with 1,000 feet of elevation.
That's crazy.
It can be so much worse.
It can
be so much worse. So,
and that hill was
hill was legit, man.
It is.
And so one of the prizes we gave away was for somebody to come up with the best name for the hill.
Oh yeah.
Did you hear the name?
No, I did not.
Mount Stewicide.
Mount Stewicide. That's great. Oh my gosh.
So Mount Stewicide will probably be a fixture in our course, and we may climb it multiple times in the future.
I think it definitely needs to be a part of the climb for sure. Every time.
It's just, you got to figure out what the appetite is for misery. You know, there's a certain group of individuals that the harder the better.
The harder the better.
But that's like 2% of the people.
There were some of them here.
We had some stud athletes, man. Andre Palmatier. Did you see him? That dude ran up. Well, nobody ran up the whole thing. Superman can't run up the whole thing. But Andre came around. So he had a great time, you know, running up the hill. He ran down the slick part. Can I use profanity on your podcast?
You can do whatever you want.
Okay. So Andre comes around the finish line, and I'm standing there, you know, hugging everybody as they're coming across. And I'm like, great job, man. How do you feel? He's like, I don't feel too fucking good right now. I thought he's like ex-state trooper. I thought he was like mad at me. And then he shook it off and gave me a big hug. So
that's funny.
That was good.
I think he was one. Was he one of the first ones to come back?
Yeah, well, he started in the first wave.
Okay.
So he had like a 5-minute head start, but
So he was the first one to come back.
he was the first one to cross.
Okay, I talked to him when he come back. Yeah, he was talking about his son. He wished his son was here.
Was he cussing me still? Or was he
yeah, he was cussing.
He was so mad.
Yeah, we were like, "How was it?" And he was like, "Oh my God!" He was like, "That hill right there."
Yeah.
Oh man.
Did I tell you what the Carolina boys said when they showed up?
Uh-uh.
So the Carolina boys, I think they were kind of nervous, because they're coming from Eastern North Carolina, and God bless those guys for coming up here.
Yeah.
And that was super courageous. In fact,
we had North Carolina, Georgia, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Maryland,
Virginia.
Yeah.
But so one of the Tim from North Carolina, I think he pulled a muscle or something, but by God, he finished. You see him hobbling out there. I
did see him hobbling.
Well, anyway, them two showed up. They were the first ones here. They got an early start.
Mm-hmm.
I drive over there real quick, like, "Oh, hey, my first competitors are here," and I walk up and say, "Hey, boys, how's it going?" They didn't say anything. I said, "You guys doing all right?" They didn't say anything.
Didn't say that.
They're looking out the windshield at the top of Mount Suicide, and they look at each other and they look at me. It's like, that's not really the mountain we're climbing, is it? "Oh yeah, boys, that's it." And they just turned white and rolled their window back up. They thought they were in the wrong place.
Wrong place.
Yeah, wrong place, wrong time. But they survived it. And he told me, he's like, "Man, we ain't got no way to train for something like this. How do you train for it?"
Mm-hmm.
West Virginia.
Yeah. Come up here on the weekends.
Or go to Western North Carolina.
Yeah. Wild and wonderful.
Yeah, man.
Almost heaven, West Virginia.
That's right. West by God, Virginia.
West by God, Virginia. So how can people support and get involved? Like for, volunteers, you had a great support staff of volunteers here.
That we did.
But to scale this thing, you obviously need more help.
Yeah, more help would definitely make it go faster and bigger. Yeah.
Sponsoring and participating and stuff like that too.
Man, sponsorship was so hard to come by this year, man. We just kind of scraped by with what we had.
Yeah.
Yeah. If anybody wants to help us, we definitely love it. And we are a 501c3. So every, any contribution we get is tax deductible. And we have a mission statement. Our mission is to, get people outside and have people pay a little more attention to their fitness.
Yep.
One of the things that is really important to Jared and I is that, like I said, we both have lost family members recently to had the illness been diagnosed earlier, maybe the outcome would have been different.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, once you get something on the calendar and you start training for it, you kind of, pay attention. You take care of yourself a little better. And that's what we want to encourage.
Mm-hmm. All right. So what would you give to somebody that's on the fence about coming and doing a tournament like this or a competition?
Talk to somebody that just did it today. Talk to one of the competitors, hit me up. I'm counting on word of mouth to help this thing spread. And I think we showed people a good enough time. That's going to happen.
Yeah, I think so for sure. Well, Jason, like I said, you guys orchestrated this thing, pulled it off, and we are now to the end of it. So congratulations, brother, on your first one.
Thank you, man.
And I'm looking forward to next year just as much as you are.
I don't know if I'm looking forward to it yet. Give me a little while to get over this one.
So we want to give a quick shout out real quick to Jason Stewart and all the volunteers. Thank them for all their help. West Virginia Bowhunters Association, Mountain Tough Fitness, Wilderness Athlete, the Archer's Edge, Kudu Point Broadheads, made in the USA, Full Rut Outdoors, which I was told supplied all the drinks.
Yeah, thank you, Dwayne. Hey, Dwayne had some tornado damage at the house, so hopefully he's okay and everything's going all right there. But yeah, thank you, Full Rut. Okay. See you next year.
Yep, Techimush Taxidermy, Warhead Era Company, Real Deal Outdoors, Venom Productions, Viper Archery Products, Jinxum Scents, Boss Stabilizers, Crazy Acres Farms, Full Draw Pursuits, Warner Law Offices, and obviously everybody that came out. We had some spectators that come out and watched.
We did, yeah. I'll need more cowbells next year, man.
Yeah, man, that was nice.
Yeah.
So we were staying at the Sky Lounge. We was talking to some people last night there at the restaurant and the pub. And they were like, you got to be kidding me. Something like that. There's an event going on like that.
And man, I feel like a failure when people are saying that because we tried so hard to get the word out.
No, I think it was good. It's just these people aren't normally in that aspect of things.
Sure.
Know, the hunting, the fitness, and all that stuff.
Right.
So they come up and checked it out for a little bit.
Yeah, and that was cool to see them. Yeah. Hopefully they liked what they saw.
Yeah. So, guys, get involved in your local archery clubs, West Virginia Bowhunters Association, organizations like Goat Rodeo Archery. They're out of Pennsylvania. And, I just want to thank everybody for what they've done. So it's, it's all about the community, the health, and keeping bow hunting tradition alive in Appalachia.
Right on, man. Right on. Well said.
Yep. All righty, Jason. Well, we sure appreciate you. And this concludes our segments here at Winterplace Ski Resort in Ghent, West Virginia, and the Appalachian Bowhunters Challenge. So, first annual. Can't wait till next year.
Thanks, everybody.
All right. Y'all have a good one. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Be sure you check us out on Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, YouTube, Carbon TV, or wherever you get your podcasts. We're there. Thanks, guys. Have a good evening. This episode of On the Limb with Nature's Voice Game Calls is brought to you by Apparition Scents, an outdoor and sporting goods company based in Dilliner, Pennsylvania. All of their scents developed and hand bottled with strict attention being paid to every detail. Contact them today at 724-998-7646 or check them out at apparitionscents.com. 100% lethal or your money back guaranteed. Get a hold of them today at 724-998-7646 or check them out at apparitionscents.com. This episode of On the Limb with Nature's Voice Game Calls is brought to you by Carts Towing and Timco Auto Transport. Local and long-distance towing, auto recovery, roadside assistance, auto lockouts, and jump starts. And they also do repossessions. Give them a call today at 304-949-2323 or 304-925-0858. Again, that's Carts Towing and Timco Auto Transport, 304-949-2323, 304-925-0858. This episode of On the Limb with Nature's Voice Game Calls is brought to you by Stick Tamer Bow Silencers. Are you a traditional archery hunter or shooter? Stick Tamer was specifically designed for the recurve shooter. Made of a hybrid foam rubber material, Stick Tamer is designed to deaden string slap and limb vibration. Stick Tamer reduces limb and string noise, water resistant, and lasts shot after shot. Made in the USA from a hybrid foam rubber for durability. To purchase Stick Tamer and for more information, visit 3riversarchery.com and blackwidowbows.com. Stick Tamer bow silencers are available exclusively at 3riversarchery.com and blackwidowbows.com.